How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video and another DBS interview, where today I'm joined by 16th place from the last CardMarket Regional from Saturday, Pablo Anglada. Anglada, is that right? Don't know your
Anglada.
name. Yeah. Pablo Anglada. How you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. What's up? How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Mm.
So on Saturday when we had the CardMarket September Regional, you managed to pop into the top 16 with a what being the only SS4 Bardock, like a deck that's just basically fresh out, brand new from the anniversary box and hasn't long been out. How did you find the deck, and what was your reason behind choosing this deck for the event?
Well, I was traveling when on Facebook they revealed all the cards about this deck,
Mm-hmm.
and I was really excited because I really like the design. So I was talking with my friends and tried to get all the cards really early, but I couldn't. So I was talking with a shop by anniversary and tried the deck and really love it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I was trying it a lot of and love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of consistency with the deck where, thanks to the leader reducing the energy cost, the combo cost of them all by one, so you don't have to. So even though they got a 1 plus 5k combo, in this deck just 5k combos, zero that don't cost anything to combo, and getting in the energy exhaust on all your multicolors is amazing because it means you just have all the colors available and you're not hindered by anything.
Yeah, I was when they revealed the cards, they bought the cards. I was thinking if the leader doesn't have energy to negate energy exhaust, this deck wasn't good. We
Mm-hmm.
can't do anything. But I don't know why I was. I know that the leader will have that skill, and of course it has, and it's really, really, really good.
Yeah, like it's got so much consistency as well. So with the deck, you end up going 5-2 in the end with only two losses in the event. So with the list, I can see that you only run two of the Bardock SS4 Bardock units, and was that because you thought it was consistent enough having two of the SS4 calls in the deck that you're searching because it's just the leader, or what was the reason behind only having two of them in the deck?
What can you repeat, please?
Sorry, what was the reason for only running two of the units in the deck?
The unison is only for 2 and 2 when you are first and you are playing against a slow matchup. Maybe it could be blue soul striker,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe baby or Vegeta ramp,
Yeah.
but never will use it too soon because it's a pretty useless in this deck. You need to spam battle cards and try to KO your opponent.
Okay. And also with some of the tech choices as well, you only ran one of the 10 drop S4 Gogeta and only two of the 8 drop. Was there any reason why you only run those ratios of them, or is there any reason why you didn't run them higher?
I was running one Gojira, the cost 10, because you don't need to have two because you have two cards, enough cards to look your deck and take them, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, you don't need him to win. I mean, you have a lot of cards, a lot of pretty very good cards to win, like uh, Super Saiyan 4 Gojira cost 8, for example.
Yeah.
And you can, if you have to go aggro, you have another cards, uh, little cards, for example, the green one.
Which one, sorry?
I think it's Prismatic Aegis, I mean.
Oh, yeah, the prismatic ages
Bec-
go on.
because it has double strike and you can spam him and spam the Vegeta because critical, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And You can play the Gojira cost 10 at level 5, at turn 5, sorry.
Yeah.
But you will take all your energy tapped. Then your leader can untap one of them, but just one is not enough sometimes.
Hmm.
And doesn't have a deflector barrier, so you will lose against blue yellow too, and it's hard to win a game with 5 energy tapped.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because yeah, that's the thing. Like with blue being quite popular, is always if they got a unison on board, is always susceptible tapping out to just get bounced back, or even thanks to like almost every deck that's blue yellow playing the new Zamasu counterplay, even if they're not putting it back to hand, they're still tapping it down with the Zamasu's auto. So yeah, that does make sense. I imagine that's the same. That was the same reason for only 2 of the 8 drop as well.
And the cost 8, I think it's the best attacker in the deck,
Yeah, it's
because ignoring barrier is one of the best skills in the game, I think.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. And then,
And
oh, sorry.
and you can clean the opponent's hand, for example. If you don't have anything in your hand good to play, you can tap 4, play him, and 3 attacks taking two cards out from your opponent's hand. It's really really hard.
Yeah, especially I'm also being a 35k for every swing as well is very powerful.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
And then with the so it makes sense with all the multicolors you ran. One like at least all the different multicolor ones with at least either 3 or 4. Imagine that was to increase consistency, as a lot of them have effects that when they're charged they trigger. Uh, Also, I know with the Master Roshi, that was a tech where you can reach like combo it, uh, bounce back in energy, put it back down to then re-trigger the effect in when they're charged. How often did that come up? Was that how useful was the Roshi?
I used the Roshi in 2 times. I mean, if you have him from an unison with 4 markers, you can kill him in just 1 turn using
Mm-hmm.
just your unison attack and leader with 1 Roshi in your hand, because the green one takes markers out if your opponent's unison has 3 or more.
Mm-hmm.
And you have another option. It's the red one, who do minus 5k, minus 2k per each color in your energy. So if you have for coloring or your energy, it's minus 10k.
Yeah, that's quite strong.
The blue one you don't need to take it with the Roshi, and the yellow one is just useful to take out a double strike, triple strike from your opponent's battle cards with cost 3 or less, or 4 or less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very strong on defense and offense as well.
Yeah, usually you will use it in green one or red one.
So it think so. Did it come up quite a few times, or not that often, to help you against things like unisons?
What?
Did it come up quite often, or not often?
Play the unison.
I know using the Roshi to
Ah,
make use of those skills.
the Roshi, may often, yes.
That's pretty cool. And then also with the list, so you rent how useful were the 2 apes in the deck?
Because this deck needs more draw, I think. You have enough draw at early, because you can search when you attack with your leader. But
Mm-hmm.
the problem is when you only can draw a card, because the call is the extra card from this deck. You can't, or you don't need to use it at late, because the red card you don't will take will go to the bottom.
Yeah,
If you see a super combo there, that means you never will take it if you have your leader awaken.
And also, so that was basically the ape was just there to help with like his best of one to give you help against hand destruction and things like that, so you can really crew your hand.
Yes, sincerely, I played it against two of them, but only on one game was good, and I go to zero cards in my hand to six because I did the two apes in the same turn.
Okay. And I see that you're on the foo for like the old like second kind of secret rare.
Course.
Was the foo handy as well? Did you?
The best card in the meta, you have to play always.
Yeah, I can agree with that now because now we can get to turn six to actually play it. It's like having a second secret rare, which is very nice.
Is
And it.
here in my city we told about it's the second ultimate card in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's a one of the best card I think in the game because stop your opponents to defend all what you can do in the turn.
Yeah, like unless you're against blue, it's going to come down like no issues, and then just shut everything off.
Mm.
And speaking of secret rare, what was the reason behind going for the heroine's lineage one, not another secret rare, like say for example the Spring Kite Time? What was the reason
Mm.
behind going for the heroine's lineage as your secret rare choice?
The main problem is I don't have another one. I only have heroines, and I think it's one of the best secret raid in the game because you have to pay one to take cost seven or less from your opponent.
Did it come up?
It's
Did it come up that often to help you during the event?
uh, I use it a lot of. For example, to take the triple strike golden avenger, the counter from blue,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you will take a triple strike 30k. I mean, 30k. It's the counter golden avenger.
Yeah, Golden Avenger.
Mm, it's one attack more
That's pretty
and for
cool.
free. Your opponents pay have to tap five. You only have to tap one to take it.
That's pretty cool. Uh,
Yeah.
So it seems like a quite solid deck. Do you want to run us through your matchups of the day?
And the first round was against Majin Buu from BT14,
Mm-hmm.
and I think was the most difficult game in the day because he was running the Majin Vegeta Unison,
Mm-hmm.
and he do all in to my leader, and I could save it and use the two great IP to take six cards to my hand with the turn leader auto and two apes. Then my opponent doesn't have enough hand, and I could kill him.
Okay.
The second one was a mirror match, uh, and the game was yes, I could play my Gojira cost 10 and next turn my few. So my opponents couldn't stop a quadruple strike on turn 6.
Mm-hmm.
And round 3 was Soul Striker Blue Yellow from Ferran Rio, the other of one of the top 16 players.
Yeah.
And was I did some misplay there because I don't know one of the one card from his deck, and I let him play all, so he could kill me with the cost 7 Son Goku
Mm-hmm.
triple strike, and I couldn't stop him because I waste my heroine at a Golden Avenger.
Okay.
On round 4 was Majin Vegeta. I think I won because my opponent doesn't start with the file. That's all.
Do you want to start with what?
Uh,
Sorry.
Majin Vegeta doesn't start with the file, the
Oh,
Baby.
the field card.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I saw that, I dual link a turn 2 and take 4 lives from my opponent. So then my opponent can play that file and charge it of turn 3.
Oh yeah.
So I could kill him. At round 5, I play against Icarus, Kid Gohan Icarus. Was, I think, really easy to me. I don't know why, but it was really easy. My opponents make some mistakes because he doesn't know my Gojira cost 8
Mm-hmm.
ignore the barrier. So I could take out his Bojack and kill him in the same turn.
That's quite good. Yeah, that's thing having the deck that hasn't been out long that people might not have played against gives you that nice surprise factor, which can, like you said in this case, give you a win because they have no idea what your deck does.
And no, he know my deck, but the problem is he doesn't know some details. For example, ignoring barrier, he doesn't know.
Okay, so he wasn't fully aware of what Gogeta 8 actually did.
Yeah, and he wastes 2 energy to. I played my cost 8 Gojira, and he wastes his last 2 energies to play Samas. But I had a red one energy active mode, so I could play my counterplay.
The
Uh,
Bardock one.
yeah, yeah, the Bardock. So my Gojira don't stay in active mode because
Yeah.
the Zamasu doesn't affect to only can swing hit to rest mode.
Yeah, so you can come down, draw a card, and tap it down. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But the problem was he doesn't play any aggro. I think if my opponent could play aggro, I could lose, but doesn't matter now. I won, and that's the important, I think.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Round 6 was against Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Ramp. I lost this matchup against Mohamed. I don't know the name, but was another player from top 16.
Yeah.
And was impossible for me. He was ramping all the turns, and when I have 4 or 5 energy, he has 14.
Yeah.
He played the Great Ape, a few all in the same turn, and I could do anything. And the last round was against Cell Surge. I really thought that I will lose that again, but no. I could play my Gojira cost 8 with no cards in my hand and just swing to my opponent's leader, take 2 cards out from his hand and 2 cards out from the battle area, and win. That's all. Only with my cost 8 Gojira. I
That's
couldn't charge a blue energy in that game.
that's pretty unfortunate. But at least you won
What?
that game now.
What? Can you repeat?
Because that was pretty unfortunate not to find a a blue card to charge. But that was pretty fortunate to be able to get the eight drop and be able to drop that for game.
Yes, because my leader, if I has all the colors in my energy or battle area, I can draw. But I have no hand. I have only 4 energy, 2 yellows, green and red. I couldn't draw in the turns, so you just can swing to my opponent's leader and pray for the win,
That was pretty lucky.
and it works.
So that ended up getting you like just nice and tightly into top 16, and also being nice that the only games you lost were ever people in the top 16. How did you find the deck for the tournament? And if there were to be a tournament in October, because we have no idea if there's any more events coming on, but if there was an event to come up in October, would you take this deck again? And if you would you make any changes to the list you've got here?
I really don't know because this deck, I think it's really funny, but at the same time, it's really hard to play.
Hmm.
If I make top 16 in the regional, was I think because some of my opponents doesn't know my deck perfectly. Because if I was playing, for example, Kitty Carus, they could play better. But I was playing a new deck who doesn't know, who doesn't care because they thought uh, that decks will be useless. But no, I could do something with him and kill my opponents.
Yeah, that's one really nice thing about when a new deck comes out, getting that surprise factor where not everybody knows exactly what it does or understand the deck fully. You can sneak in some wins using their lack of knowledge.
What can you repeat, please? Sorry.
So that's the good thing about new decks that just come out before an event. You got that surprise factor where people either don't exactly know what the deck does or aren't familiar with it. So yeah, you end up getting some wins due to their lack of knowledge of the deck you're playing.
And no, I mean, wait. My opponents, all of my opponents know some cards. They have the knowledge of the deck,
Yeah, but
but
they don't understand exactly what all the skills on all the cards are. So they get surprised by certain effects that they
yeah,
didn't realize.
I think only one of them know all the cards and was my the round two because he was playing the same deck.
Yeah.
But the rest of the day doesn't know all the cards perfectly. Just maybe know the green one takes a market out from my Unison. Yes, but if I play him, I can take one of your battle cards out to your warp. So maybe he's playing against an effect, but I have another two effects on the same cards.
Hmm.
So they don't know all the cards. And for example, the yellow and blue one, what you can play them tapping one black. Uh, they don't know. Usually, my opponent doesn't know what is the second effect when you play him.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I this deck will be good. Um, maybe 2 weeks more.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
We have
It should be quite a good deck for it's a nice cheap budget deck as well, mostly.
this deck will be good to a local to a little tournament, but you can't play it in a big tournament like this one. I did because I was crazy and I take a dice and say 1, 2, play Bardock. 2, 3, play another deck, and 5, 6, play another one. And the day say 2, I play Bardock.
That's pretty cool. So before we wrap the video up, um, is there anybody you want to shout or any shouts you want to give?
What? I
Is
can
it,
hear you the last word.
sorry, is there any shout outs you want to give before you end the video?
And no, I just want to say thanks to one of my teammate, Diego Merino,
Hmm.
because I was testing too hard with him with this deck. He played the same deck with another list and make a 5-2 in the same tournament, but the pairings wasn't. Who was I think top 26, but he has the same record like me,
Yeah.
and
So
he played really hard too.
he's just quite he was just unlucky with the tiebreakers.
Mm.
All right. Yeah. So thank you for coming on and congratulations on your top 16.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.